Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Paulio Jr. And in today's video, I'm going to intentionally disobey Google Maps. So what I'm doing is actually cutting across from this parking area I was just in. And so a lot of people actually don't use a navigation system because they're not driving far distances. So they just figure, hey, I'm just going to go the same way I go every day. So right now, I have an ETA of 15 minutes and 11 miles. And arrival time 2:23. So it wanted me to make a left back there. But I typically go this way. This is the way that I typically go home. And it actually would be. A way that I would go home if I wasn't using Google Maps and so forth. But Google Maps is obviously known as the best, as the absolute best navigation system for an app. And so, as you can see, what we just did right there was add about 7 minutes onto our ETA, just because we are so stuck in our ways, and this is how this is the way I go home, and that's just how it is. So and so never listen to a backseat driver, especially if you drive for Lyft and so forth, and GPS is taking you, let's say Google Maps is taking you, obviously a certain direction, because it's monitoring thousands of mobile devices, all the time, regardless if they have Google Maps on or not. So they kind of know what the deal is as far as where congestion is. Obviously, the time of day varies and so forth, but they have a very real-time, real-time accurate display of what's going on in the area that you are in, as far as where everybody is and all that good stuff. So they're, like I said, they're monitoring thousands of devices all the time, and trying to give you the best option, the best route option, for how, the actual distance, but more importantly, the actual ETA. So you could have somewhere where the distance may be shorter, but the speed limits and stop signs and traffic lights and all kinds of other components are thrown into the mix that would actually slow down, would make you get to your destination even slower, regardless if the mileage is somewhat higher. So let's just say that I'm not a person that would typically use Google Maps, and now I absolutely swear by Google Maps. And when I was driving for Lyft, I would always, politely say to people, whenever they would say, "Oh no, you want to make a left? You want to make a left here and go down this, Google's whack. You don't want to go this way," and so forth. And I would just say, I appreciate your suggestion. but I'm politely, going to have to disagree with you and use Google Maps because it has never done me wrong, ever. But it's if something's come up, then it was something that has happened, maybe 30 seconds to like a minute prior, before, on like a specific road, before I actually reached that part of where traffic may have started, or like an accident just happened, something like that. But like I said, since Google is monitoring thousands of devices simultaneously, they know the deal. The app definitely knows the deal, and how they put together their navigation algorithm, as far as combining, what the traffic is and what the distance is and so forth. They do a damn good job, and they've been doing an excellent job for years now, and it just seems to get better and better. It's getting better all the time. So, but yeah, like I said, if I was just a regular Joe Schmo, which I am, and I don't need my navigation system. I'm just going home. This is the way that I go all the time. Then sometimes I'll be I'll be waiting an extra in traffic and so forth. So I will take Google Maps. I will use Google Maps if I'm going at least, let's say, 5 miles or more, just to see what's going on, because a typical route, that I would usually take one day, the following day, even if it was at that specific time, I go that way, and now I am waiting, an extra so many minutes and whatnot, and I could be actually, I could actually have an appointment or something like that, and more importantly, I don't want to drive longer than I need to, and the only reason I did right now was just because I wanted to make this silly video to basically tell you to never disobey Google Maps, because it is so on point and so accurate and so up to date, it's unreal. So Google Maps over every other navigation app that is on the market. So, and it's freaking free, which is unbelievable. When you first got a GPS, however many years was ago, 2 decades ago, if not a little bit longer than that. Like a little bit longer than 2 decades ago. These things were $1,000, and they didn't have any traffic reports or anything of that sort. It couldn't tell you what was. They couldn't even tell you what was along the route, or literally go through and add stops to your to your itinerary before you actually got to your end stop. And even they actually added that new feature on Google Maps where you can see it has the Google Play Music button there, where I do not have to exit Google Maps in order to start playing music, which is pretty sweet, especially since I do drive a lot. So I definitely, even though I know my area very well, I definitely rely on Google Maps if I'm driving at least 5 miles. 5 miles. So, roughly, like if I know where I am, I'm saying, okay, it's roughly 5 miles. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that just by not making that one turn, however many minutes ago that was now, I added 7 or 8 minutes onto my, on my ETA, my estimated arrival time. So don't disobey Google Maps. Just do what it says. When you're along the route, it will tell you if something faster does come up. It will 100% let you know, hey, we found a faster route, and if you want to take it, take it. So it doesn't try to put you in any traffic. It does its best to avoid any traffic whatsoever, and will always give you the fastest route no matter what. So, and there isn't anything you need to do, especially with Waze, which is way too interactive for a navigation system. I don't need to know that there's, a cop every minute and a half or whatever it is. So, I would say stick with Google Maps, and that's it. And just forget about the rest. So, if you're stuck in your ways, that's fine. Or you think you know your area better than Google Maps. Hey, fine, more power to you. But I promise you, using Google Maps will not only save you time, but will also save you a lot of headaches, just because you never know what's going to happen in a certain period, in just one trip. So, and you could be used to your normal way, and that's all you know. You may know a couple of back roads, and that's it. So, I highly recommend it, no matter what. So, avoid traffic. Obviously, having the option to avoid tolls and highways if need be. But this it's the best navigation app out there. It's better than anything you'd ever pay for. So, all right, that's all I have. I know I rambled on a little bit. It was more just kind of, it was just me going, Google's the best. Google's the best. Google's the best. It really is. And to have it for free is unbelievable. So, use Google Maps over everything. That's really all I have. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Later. Do not disobey Google Maps.